boys, EA have gone ahead and released some new Ruben Neves objectives, which is the second Premier League one. I believe the first Premier League player was actually Hector Bellerin, so now we have got Ruben Neves. And like I said, I'm actually looking forward to doing this little bit of an overview because I myself might complete this card. And the good thing with completing these objectives, even if he doesn't fit your team, even if you don't do him, it's an 89 rated card, which is the cheapest 89 rated card on the market right now due to fodder being through the roof with a new icon player pick. He will be valued on the market if he was to be the cheapest 89, roughly 60,000 coins. So even if you do want to grind that long for a 60,000 coin card, that's up to you. But like I said, if he fits your team, he looks an absolutely incredible card, box to box. He can play cam, he can play centre mid, he can play CDM. So boys, I'm looking forward to just looking over these objectives. Remember boys as well, if you are new, a like and sub does go a long way. If you're new to these objective series, we're going to try to get straight into it, but if you are new to these, we go over the objectives. I can't give my tips, any tricks. Obviously some of it is just straightforward and self-explanatory, but if it is anywhere I can help, I will do. And I'll also build a little bit of a sweaty meta cheap Premier League team for the Managerial Masterpiece game mode. Now without further ado boys, starting off Premier League wins. You need to win 15 matches using only Premier League players in the starting 11. Straight away I can already tell you're going to want to build a full starting 11 Managerial Masterpiece team. Scoring prowess, let's just say scoring prowess. Score 30 goals using Premier League players. Thank God this is not in separate matches, so you don't have to, you can do this in one match, obviously. It's likely that you're not going to score 30 goals in one match, but technically it's possible. You do not have to do it in all separate matches, which is absolutely huge from EA. You don't have to sit there throughout the whole 30 matches. Like I said, that will just come throughout the wins, and just playing out the games, you'll easily get the 30 goals. Exact same here, assist 20 goals. Using Premier League players, like I said, you'll be building a full Premier League squad, so it won't matter. You don't have to try target a certain player because your whole squad's Premier League, so just goals and assists, basically play as if it is normal. Now Premier range, now this is what I was actually thinking would be the hardest one. Assist from a cross using Premier League players in 4 separate matches. Crosses with this FIFA, we all know crosses in general has never been the most important the most meta thing. So crosses will be a little bit annoying. That's why I would recommend using a wingers formation, probably a right wing, obviously left wing, so you can just ping them in, and then you could probably have like a big target man striker up front, which will definitely make the crossing a whole lot easier. Like I said, with your left wings, with your right wings, you really want to ping them in, and I'd probably recommend, I can say it right now, probably DCL, Calvert-Lewin from Everton, have him up front. Because he's like, what, 6'4" or 6'3" in some insane heading. So he'll definitely help with these ones, and try use a wide wingers formation. Now with this, feeling finesse, score a finesse goal using Premier League players in 6 separate matches in the live FUT Friendly. Once again, a finesse goal, if you don't know, is just pressing down on the right bumper and then shooting and aiming where you'd want to go as if it is normal. From completing these as well, you get a nice cheeky 75 rated plus pack, which is, you never know. I've seen a few walkouts pop out of them. They're very rare, but you never know. So boys, the Managerial Masterpiece game mode, if you don't know, it's, I believe, max 77 rating. You can't have any bronze cards. Let's have a look. Yeah, max 77 rating. Can't have any bronze cards, and you can have at most 3 silver cards. We're going to build a team, and I'll see you guys then. Boys, usually I build the team first and then come back to it, but what we're going to do is we're going to just show this in a little bit, and I'll just show you how I build the teams, because you don't have to necessarily copy the exact team I do. So like I said, 4-3-3 is probably what I'm going to go with because it has the wingers and you need the crosses. So a Premier League based team, first of all, search your club for Prem players. Keep in mind you can have a 77 max rating, so it's no good me using a 97 because that would be way too much rating. So we're going to go to Gold Rare, Premier League, and search your club first, but obviously I know not too much people will have an insane amount of cards, or the club won't be as stacked as mine. I say stacked, there's not too much cards in here. But first of all, the big player, just look at the players in your squad that you want to actually get in straight away. So first of all, Pope, I mean, he's a starter. He's only 82 rated. Tomato's probably a bit too high rated. Now that you've got this, like I said, try keep to that 77 max rating. I have him in the club, I believe. Yes, Rodrigo, get him in there. He's probably one of my favorites. Like I said, he's 6 foot tall. You could use a Calvert-Lewin because he's got that head, so it can help. The assist with crosses out a lot more because he's taller, but still 6 foot, 80 heading accuracy and 77 jumping is fine. And in general, Rodrigo is just very, very meta. So now if you say you've got a couple players in the club, Premier League players that you want to use, just go over the concept. Left wing, low to high gold rare is usually the best, because usually I believe no gold commons or common cards are above 90 pace, and usually meta cards are obviously 90 plus pace, meaning bud all be rares. So go low to high rares. Daniel Podence, beautiful, 92 pace. You could do Jota as well for Liverpool. He'll obviously, he probably better because he actually has solid shooting. But then right wing as well, low to high. Minamino, perfect. You could actually, I'll probably say Traore is probably better, because Traore, we all know, is absolutely broken. So now that you've got your main 4 players in here, you just finish the squad, and like I said, max 77 rating, at most 3 silver players, and you're not allowed any bronzes. I'm going to fill up the squad, and I'll see you guys in. So boys, we have built the team. Obviously, we'll just skim over it, so if you guys do want to copy this, go for it. We literally, like I said, just did that gold rare, low to high, concept plays method to really just look through. So first of all, we looked for the sweaty meta ones, the well-rounded ones, good pace, not great dribbling, but good defending, good physical. Guendouzi honestly feels very good in game, surprisingly. And this dude here, obviously, some really nice physical, solid pace, solid passing, solid defending, and dribbling. Now, like I said, we wanted to get the silvers in here to actually get that, or bump the rating down as low as we could. So we have gone ahead and chosen this left back, 5'9", high, 81 pace, 83 balance. Chuck a shadow on him, he'll go to 91 pace. Now, I cannot hype this card up enough. I loved him whenever I do Silver Beasts and I use him in the squad. I love him. I think he's only 2 to 3k at the moment as well, lads. Chuck a shadow on him. 88 pace in game, gets his shooting to a reasonable 75, something like that. Now, actually, Fofana was just a low-rated card we have in the club, and this is actually really smart, because lots of you guys watching this will have this Fofana just lying around in your club. It's only a 78 rated, I haven't touched any of his objectives. You get this card by scoring goals with 2 French players, so I'll say the majority of you will have this card lying in your club. Chuck a 78 Fofana in there. If you don't, then I'll probably just recommend looking at obviously cheap 78 rated centre backs. And at right back, another silver. Obviously, a lot of hype around him in real life. Tariq Lamptey. Honestly, boys, 91 balance, 82 pace. Very, very nice card. Now, as well, I would recommend filling the bench out with the lowest rated gold commons or just 75 rated cards as you can. And as you can see, we're only at 60 or 76 rating, therefore we can indeed afford a relatively high rated super sub, because obviously if we're quite under the rating. I'm stuttering, I don't know why, but we're under the rating by like a full 1 and quite a bit as well. So you could use a super sub. For example, if we go over here, Curtis Jones, 88, I believe that will bump it up to 77. As you can see, it's gone up to 77, but you have a Jones super sub. So try get a player in your squad that you can sub on. I don't, Pele, would 91 be too much rating? That's the thing. Robin as well, I actually love using Robin as a super sub. So Pele, he works. Boys, we've got Pele as a super sub if I wanted to. That's literally the best benefits of that, because maybe if Rodrigo's not performing, chuck Pele in for Rodrigo, chuck Pele in at left wing. So if you have a big super sub, and if you are strict enough with the rating in your starting 11, and like I said, fill your whole bench with 75s, you can afford a very high rated, a 91 rated base Pele, or obviously just a very good card you have in your club on that bench. So that is the biggest tip of them all. Make sure your squad's low enough so you can afford that super sub. Another tip as well I did forget to mention, chemistry styles. Put your chemistry styles on them. They'll make them feel so much better in game. Maybe a Deadeye or a finisher on Rodrigo. Probably a sniper on Podence to get his strength up from 30. Adama, you'd probably want to go for a Deadeye. Example, like obviously the whole back line, you would want a shadow on them. And then your midfielders is just up to you. So boys, hopefully this did help you out. Just to recap, first of all, the assist, use a wingers formation, use a wide formation with wingers, so you can obviously cross those balls and cross those balls into the box. Get a big striker up front. We've gone with Rodrigo. Like I said, there's a Calvert-Lewin who's much taller, much better heading, so that will help in those circumstances. But Rodrigo is much more meta, and he is still 6 foot with some solid heading accuracy. So wingers, definitely just try play a wide formation to get those crosses into the box. Build your team, try get it low enough rating, and it uses much low rated meta players. Like I said, the gold rare low to high Premier League method through concepts is definitely the best. The squad is probably coming in at around 20,000 coins because gold rares are inflated at the moment due to these player picks that are out, so keep that in mind. But if you do have them in the club, like I said, that is huge. Fill the bench up with 75 rated cards, so you can afford to have a big boy super sub. Like I said, we have got Pele as our super sub. If you're trailing by a goal, bring him on. He can play literally anywhere. Play him centre back. He'll do the job. Boys, hopefully this did help you out. Let me know if you've got any questions down below. I'll try to get back to all of them. It's been your boy Davis, sub if you're new, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Happy grinding. Peace out, boys.